Meghan has never publicly voiced a desire to run for office following her return to the US at the end of March 2020. However, her activism and decision to campaign on certain issues have been seen by royal watchers and commentators as a possible interest of the Duchess of Sussex in dipping her toes in politics. And a California-based PR expert believes Meghan could be successful if she decided to enter the political arena in the bare flag state, as she is championing issues many local voters care about. Her triumph would be independent of her royal title, the commentator added, as many voters are more focused on the issues championed than the person who runs. Brand and reputation management expert Eric Schiffer told Express.co.uk, "At the end of the day, people are practical when it comes to politics, and Meghan knows this. She knows the raw title is not going to stop her from winning a seat as long as she continues to hit on the heart of what matters to the people of the areas which she is interested in covering. And there are pockets of California, in which she is absolutely on point in piercing precisely what people want." Mr. Schiffer further explained how Meghan could be successful in the blue state thanks to the issues she champions and not her title or fame by quoting Tip O'Neill, the former US Speaker of the House. He said, "Tip O'Neill said years ago that all politics is local, so what matters is are you aligning with what matters to the people? And do they trust you to be a great steward to those issues they care about?" Using former US President Donald Trump as an example, Mr. Schiffer added, "We saw this with Donald Trump. A lot of people who were Trump supporters didn't like how he acted, but they liked how he would be an unstoppable force on issues that mattered to them." Meghan showed an interest in politics during her studies, as she graduated from the prestigious Northwestern University in Illinois with a double major bachelor's degree in theater and international studies. While attending Northwestern, she broadened her horizon by completing an internship at the US Embassy in Buenos Aires. She eventually chose the acting career but remained a vocal campaigner on issues close to her heart, including racial and gender equality and period poverty. Before joining the royal family in 2018, she was an ambassador for World Vision, an advocate for the UN entity for gender equality and the empowerment of women, and an ambassador for the organization One Young World. Meghan remained politically neutral during her years as senior royal, but continued to champion gender equality after her marriage with Prince Harry. In 2019, she attended a star-studded panel of feminists and leading personalities to mark International Women's Day. After Meghan and Prince Harry stepped down as senior royals in the spring of 2020, the Duchess became vocal about the importance of voter registration, taking part in a few initiatives aiming to push US citizens to register to vote ahead of the 2020 presidential election. In September 2020, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were accused of interfering in the US democratic process by a few critics, including Republican Congressman Jason Smith. At the time, the pair filmed a video for Time 100 during which, without endorsing neither candidate running for president, Harry appealed to US voters to reject hate speech, misinformation and online negativity ahead of the election, while Meghan called the upcoming vote the most important election of our lifetime. More recently, Meghan has been advocating for paid parental leave in the US. In October, she supported the Paid Leave for All campaign by penning a letter addressed to the US Senate Majority Leader, Chuck Schumer, and the House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi. The deeply personal open letter, which presented a letterhead reading the office of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and was signed off by the royal as Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, saw the American opening up on her family's struggles when she was a child and how she started working at the age of 13 to cover odds and ends. It also emerged Meghan has cold-called US senators in a bid to sway them to support paid family leave provisions in Mr. Biden TMS Build Back Better legislation. Last month, the Duchess defended her decision to speak about paid parental leave amid accusations she was getting involved in politics despite being a member of the royal family. Appearing on the New York Times Deal Book Summit, Meghan said, "I don't see this as a political issue, frankly. Look, there TMS certainly a precedent amongst my husband TMS family, and the royal family of not having any involvement in politics, but paid leave, from my standpoint, is a humanitarian issue." Venue added, To the excitement of royal fans, this year TMS performance is set to be one of the royal variety TMS most memorable and enjoyable shows in its long history. Royal enthusiasts reacted with glee on Twitter to the news that the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's attendance. Another, with the screen name MRJ, praised, "Yay! So excited." This year's royal variety performance will see Alan Carr as host, and a star-studded musical cast of Ed Sheeran, Sir Rod Stewart, James Blunt and Anne-Marie, among other big-name musical acts. The casts of Moulin Rouge and Matilda the musical will take to the stage, as well as the performers of Cirque du Soleil. With segments of comedic sketches, the performance will feature Bill Bailey, Josh Widdicombe, Judy Love and Chris McCausland. Ahead of his night of hosting, Alan Carr said, "It TMS such an honor to be asked to host this year TMS Royal Variety performance, it really is a dream come true. With so many amazing performers at TMS going to be a night to recollect." He added, "If I remember correctly, the last time I appeared I was wearing a skimpy leopard print mini dress. So I TMM hoping as host this time I TMLL be wearing something a bit more classy." Proceeds raised by the Royal Variety performance go to the Royal Variety charity, which supports those in the entertainment industry. Queen Elizabeth, 95, is patron of the charity. Her Majesty made her first appearance at the Royal Variety Show back in 1947, aged 21. She watched from the royal box at the London Palladium with Prince Philip, who was the Queen's fiancé at the time. They took pride of place in the audience just a fortnight before they wed at Westminster Abbey. The Queen's most recent appearance at the Royal Variety Show was in 2012, celebrating the centenary of the event. Prince Harry and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, previously attended the 2018 Royal Variety performance, 6 months after their wedding. ITV is expected to air the event for the public at some point in December. People in Britain and America also think the family should resolve any differences they have had in the past and in private. They also want Harry and Meghan to stop commenting publicly on global issues. Additionally, on both sides of the Atlantic, most feel the Queen should respond to claims that she did not do enough to address Harry and Meghan TMS racism allegations. The survey found almost 3/4 of those polled in both countries want the Duke of Sussex to negotiate with his brother and father. Asked the question, should Princes Harry, William and Charles meet face-to-face to try to resolve their issues? 72.9% in Britain said yes, with an even more substantial 77.6% agreeing in America. People in both Harry and Meghan TMS home countries appear to be tiring of their pronouncements on world affairs, after the couple said last week they are speechless and feel many layers of pain over what is happening in Afghanistan. Harry and Meghan, who were slammed by critics for spouting a woke word salad in a rambling statement on their actual website, added that they are heartbroken by the humanitarian crisis in earthquake-ravaged Haiti and are still scared about the dangers of COVID. Responding to the question, do you think the Duke and Duchess of Sussex should stay out of publicly commenting on world affairs? 53.8% in the UK and 52.3% in the US agreed. The twin polls were run by OnePulse, the real-time opinion platform, which put the same sets of questions to respondents in both countries. Despite the latest uproar over Harry and Meghan TMS comments, our survey revealed that a small majority on both sides of the Atlantic believe that they deserve a response from the Queen over claims she has not fully addressed the racism complaints they made during their scandalous TV interview with Oprah Winfrey. Some 55% of Britons and 61.6% of Americans responded positively to the question, should the Queen respond to claims that she did not do enough to address Harry and Meghan TMS racism allegations. Commentators yesterday supported our survey TMS clear call for Harry to resolve issues with the royal family, as well as serious allegations of palace racism, but in private rather than in public. Royal expert and biographer Hugo Vickers told the Sunday Express, Buckingham Palace wisely said that the issues would be discussed in private, and that seemed to me a very sensible way forward rather than to engage in a tabloid war. But he added, I appreciate that this may prove difficult if the Sussexes choose to make these discussions public via their spokespeople, official or unofficial, as seems to be the case. And writing in Today TMS Sunday Express, royal author Margaret Holder says she believes Harry and Meghan TMS' seemingly insatiable appetite for world headlines could ultimately backfire on them, and even damage them financially. She declares, perpetuating their victim status may deliver global publicity welcomed by the media giants who have commercial contracts with the Sussexes. However, eventually people will tire of hearing the same old cracked record, and the couple will have to reinvent themselves if they are to stay bankable in a rapidly changing market with many competitors. Ms. Holder added, the Queen has shown admirable patience with her troubled grandson TM's repeated provocations while trying to maintain the dignity of the institution of monarchy. The poll results follow recent criticism of Prince Harry for taking a friend TM's private jet 750 miles back home to Santa Barbara from his polo match, months after expressing concerns about climate change. He boarded the 20-seater $45 million plane from the event in Aspen, Colorado. The 2-hour flight, which could have emitted as much as 10 tons of CO2, came just 3 months after Harry said climate change was one of the most pressing issues we are facing. Find the quick link to the US results here.